Hello, everybody, and good evening. How are we doing? Good to see you all. Let's turn our music down a little bit here. There we go. Put it at that. That works for me. Start that up. Let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. Okay, that's all working fine. There we go. You can see people now. Ray, what's up? How you doing? Mr. Alien, hello. Got Eamon in the house. Good evening, Eamon. What a relief. Well, hello. Julian, hello. How you doing, Julian? STF Eagle, Wacky 515. Good to see you, Austin. Rodrat 56. Can't stay around, but happy to catch you and stop to say hi. Hello to Rodrat. Gabe the Duck Official. Thank you for 26 months on Twitch. And EAB Scorpion, thank you very much for the 19 months in a row. I had a good weekend, man. Had a good weekend. Do I have plans to go to the Sim Expo coming up? That's not for another year. So, but yeah, I'll go in Minneapolis. Absolutely. What's up, Mav? How you doing? All right. Well, let's get career mode rolling here. Shall we? Is some Racing Studio on? It is running. Make sure that sucker was on and motion box is good to go, and it is. Oh, we made passive income of $214,000. So over the weekend, I did do a flight. Insurance bill 88. Okay, that's not bad. So we're at $6.6 million now. 6.6. That's really not that bad. They have one in Chicago first weekend next month. They don't have that's not Flight Sim Expo. Might be something like it, but it's not the original, or it's not the big one. The RC Guy, what's up? How you doing? Evening to you, Spencer. Hello. Summer went by too fast. Going back to college. Back to business. Okay, for the air show here in New Hampshire with the Blue Angels. Nice. Austin Graham. Yes, absolutely. What's up, man? How you doing? I hear about St. Louis. I hear about it too. Hey, what's up, Tog? How you doing? You have the full motion rig. Yep, that's what we have set up here today. As always, I do want to thank. So, obviously, we have the hand cam back, working great. Everything's good. We've got the Thrustmaster TCA Boeing yoke with the TPR pedals, and we're using all Thrustmaster products here as far as the the throttle quadrant goes and all that stuff. These are just some add-ons I got off of Etsy for the flap levers and speed brake. But Thrustmaster products all across the board. Big thanks to Thrustmaster. I did sign a contract with them again, so we are back working with Thrustmaster for the rest of the year. Should be a great time. So big thanks to them for providing all of this for us. And DOF Reality. Right here, we have the DOF Reality H6 model. You'll see me flying all night tonight. It's a full motion rig. Not just a seat mover, the entire thing moves around, so it's pretty wild. That is not a CJ4 Sten, that is a PC-24, which we'll be flying. Hopefully we can get a flight that's not at night. Unfortunately, all these flights have been at night, man. So I flew to 108 Mile Ranch. Let me tell you this, airport here, look how tiny that thing is. This approach was harrowing. You've got mountains around you. The RNAV approach goes over the airport, and then it does this curlicue in, and I did that at night. It was wild. That was pretty scary. Pretty scary. So we're going to have to move our airplane big time for VIP. It's going to cost us a lot of money to move it, too. I mean, it is what it is. I don't think we have anything that's not red dots, which means that it's all going to be at night, I guess. And wait, no, maybe we can change this. Let's see. Let's make it during the day. There we go. So, yeah, we have a cargo run here. That's in the other airplane we're not going to fly. But we have no VIPs up here in the middle of nowhere. So that's an oversight by Microsoft. They don't have enough runs out of where you're flying into. So that's not good. We're going to have to pay big money to move the airplane back here. So that really sucks, but we're going to do it. Probably to this one. So we can fly from Boise to Aspen. It's going to cost some money, man, to move this airplane. $100,000 to move it. I mean, that's fine. It's part of the job, you know? Just part of it. All right, we're probably going to do 430 maybe. Maybe we'll go to 430 today on this flight. That works for me. 10 left out of Boise. Then we've got into Aspen, runway 33. There's only one way into Aspen, I'm pretty sure, right? No, they have the other one, 15, but 33 makes sense. You're going in, taking off a 15. That looks good to me. I'm going to send that to the ATC and avionics. So that's good to go. Accept the mission. We need to get our Pilates. And we have to put some fuel in this thing. All right. So we have the airplane here. Manage aircraft. All of this is looking good. Fuel. We're gonna put extra fuel in here. I know it's just kind of what I've been doing. I've just been filling up when I can, where I'm at, you know. Because you don't want to run into any issues with that. So that's what we're doing. How do you link your EFB and AP? It's just built into the game. So you just go into that EFB there, and then you just go to send, and you send it to the ATC and the avionics. That's all you have to do. Indeed, Chad, we are showing the rig tonight. It's here. What's up, Carl? Picked up the A350 this morning. Definitely want to try it out tomorrow. Nice, dude. Better do it at night. The way the mountains won't scare you. Yeah. I don't think so. Oh, we don't have any sound. Well, let's fix that. Because I was doing home theater experience last time on the Realtek system. There we go. All right, let's do our little walk around here with my backwards all setup I have here. What the damn sound over there was insane. All right, that's good. Around this way. I need a Xbox controller down here. I haven't done that yet. That's what I'm missing, so I can easily do all this stuff with that. All right. Airplane looks pretty darn good to me. Oh, here's our wonderful airplane. Needs a wash real bad, doesn't it? No sound on your end? Really? Sure about that? You don't hear any sound there? I mean, it's not loud, but it should be, man. This airplane's very loud. No sound, really? Yeah, you're right. Man, I really don't want to have to restart the damn sim for this. That's kind of stupid, right? I think we're going to have to, y'all, for sound. For sound reasons, we're going to have to restart the sim. I'll put some music on. We'll just restart the sim. That's not a big deal. Pain in the ass, but not the end of the world. Sucks. What are you going to do? I'm not worried about it. Quick intermission here. Quick intermission. While the game's loading, I'll use the lavatory real fast. We're going to be in the air for a while. All right, hopefully we have sound now. No music sound. You're not hearing any music? Really? Dude, what the hell is wrong with this shit? I'll tell you what. It's the Be Right Back screen, I bet you. I bet you the intro has some music. It doesn't, does it? What? Dude, why? You go to game, do you hear any games audio? It's frozen, hold on. Yeah, you're getting no audio now. Sound. It's default device, but no sound is coming through it now. Windows is such shit, dude. I don't get it. Make that make sense. How is that the only thing working and then the system's not working sound at all? Maybe try restarting the Go XLR. I don't know. I didn't touch anything on the sound side. I have to restart the whole stream now? I don't know why the background turned off. It makes no sense, dude. Yeah, no audio is coming through the system now into OBS. But why? System. It set the system in mic chat. Why? I didn't touch anything. You heard music in the very beginning, right? I really don't want to have to restart the entire stream. That's what's really stupid about this. Let me try to just manually add something. Hold on. Bum, bum, bum. Chat mic. Device should be system. Nothing. Dude, I don't get it. I really don't understand what the hell. GoXLR is fine. Maybe restart the GoXLR software. Make any changes to my mic, you stupid thing. Nope. Dead in the water. Dead in the water. It's got to be Windows sound doesn't like something. That doesn't make sense to me. It's OBS for sure. It doesn't want to move over to the other sound setting I had. But no audio is showing up through this at all from the system. That's why it's not working. See, this is working fine. You can see me talking here. Oh my God, is that stupid ass thing on? Video capture device, nothing there. There's 2 desktop audios. I don't get that. Thought the C922 was like picking up sound, but I guess it's not. Let me show up in the audio mixer. Man, I really don't want to have to restart the whole stream, but I guess I don't have a choice. Yeah, I have the music turned down right now because we were troubleshooting. There it is. Oh! I think I figured out the problem. Windows automatically turned my desktop audio down, guys. The auto shit that it does. Okay, now do you hear clicks and stuff? But you hear clicks? Yeah, Windows turned my audio slider all the way down on my broadcast mix. That's stupid. I don't think I've ever seen it do that before. That made no sense to me, but here we are. Okay, so it's only calling that broadcast. Stream mix should be on. This should be chat. Hold on. Chat mic only. So now we shouldn't get double audio. All right, we'll see. See if it works. You don't hear Microsoft Flight Simulator only in the music? I mean, we have the music. Hold on. I don't have my ears blasting with Microsoft's sounds, but you don't hear the little ticks? You hear the game? Okay, thank you, Honcho. You got to go with people that you can trust with that. I mean, I don't know. I'm only as good as the information I have. Oh, we're not going to the same airport now. They changed it on us. Now we're going to LXV. Although I think if you zoom out and you zoom back in, it changes it each time. Is that the one that was doing that? There's the Boise to Aspen. That's the one we want. You hear the clicks? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when people tell me that music or sound doesn't work, it's like, I can't go off of that. I got to look at it myself. Because it'll be working fine, and I'll sit here and mess with stuff that it shouldn't be messed with. All right, 430, we were going to change in this. And then send ADC and avionics. All right, accept the mission now. Manage the airplane. Fuel. Okay, remembered that at least. We're filled up with fuel. We're good. Or the beer flows like wine. Career mode is so much better, Honcho. So much better, man. There's those weird jetway sounds there. Let's do the bare minimum today, which is literally just this. That's the bare minimum. Maintenance looked over the airplane for us. Thank you, maintenance. We appreciate you so greatly. So greatly. Gens come on, bats on. Go to the logo and nav. Switches are on. Let's get them boarded.
Captain, we're ready. Can we start boarding?
You start boarding. Let's do it.
Ground service.
Beautiful day here in Boise.
Flight pack 82, parking 14. Please begin passenger boarding.
Music won't blow out people's eardrums. Dramatic. Dramatic. No one's listening to that.
Nice to meet you, Captain.
Nice to meet you, Captain. Hello, Captain. How are you doing today, Captain? All right, let's go ahead and start engine number 2. Turning 2. Good on that. Everyone's deaf. I mean, that's a possibility. I didn't rule in, you know. Panels up. All right, got a good start happening on the right side. All right, we're going to our destination today of Aspen, ASE. We have some weather in the area here. We'll put on next rad. KASE is our destination. Oh, actually, you know what? It didn't send it over. You have to do it inside the plane. I forgot to do that. That, send to ATC and avionics. Then it does that, and then you hit activate. It's that. It's simply too good. Are you just a point out there? Yeah, you are. Okay. We're going direct out to that point. All right, that's good there. Altitude speed, we're going to be cruising at 430 we talked about. Oh, you have to put it in here manually. 430. 730, that's good. Departure out of here is runway 10 left on the Boise 3. And our arrival will be RNAV Foxtrot, Deloitte 1 star into Aspen today. Okay, all that looks good to me. Let's go ahead and start engine number 1. Turning 1. Batteries are doing some weird stuff. I'm not a big fan of that. We'll make sure that those bleeds are on so we don't run into that problem again. Let's get our IFR clearance.
Boise clearance delivery. Pilatus November
4961
ready to copy IFR clearance to Aspen. Pilatus November 49261.
See if auto does it.
Via the Bravo Oscar India tree departure, runway 10 left. Climb via Sid maintain flight level 4.
I learned something with the altitude. The inner ring and outer ring. Inner ring goes up much faster.
to Aspen via the Bravo Oscar India tree departure, runway 10 left.
430.
Climb via SID, maintain
See how much faster
flight
that is?
level 4, tree 0. Departure frequency is 126.9er. Squawk 7201. Pilatus November 49261.
All right, let's get our trim.
261, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.7. Good day.
It's 1.7 for that.
Just wanted to drop by and say hello before you leave for Aspen today. With
Okay,
Mr.
thank
Eddie
you,
on board.
Elaine.
He's one of our best clients.
Oh yeah, Mr. Eddie on board today.
Well, it's about time. Provide him with the finest service. I know I can count on you.
Why is that not
Nice
working?
flight.
Flight control check. This isn't working. Why is that not working? Let's unplug it, plug it back in. Literally never have these problems, but today we do. That's why you do a flight control check. Let's do flaps. Let's get our trim set for takeoff. We're gonna do about 2.5 up on that. So those are all good. All right, ready to taxi.
Boise ground. Pilatus November 49261 with Bravo. Ready to taxi. IFR. Pilatus November 49261. Taxi to and hold short of runway 10 left via taxiway Alpha Whiskey. Contact tower on 118.1.
Alpha Whiskey.
Taxiing. Hold short runway 10 left using taxiway Alpha Whiskey. Pilatus 261.
Pretty much this taxiway. Welcome them on board today.
To all passengers, welcome onboard flight pack 82 with service from Aspen
Flaps
to
are
Aspen.
way
We'll
off,
be
but that's all
shortly in
right.
line for
15 are
takeoff.
set.
Please fasten your seatbelts and secure all baggage underneath your seat. And to make sure your seats and table trays are in the upright position for takeoff. Please switch all personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones, to airplane mode. This is a non-smoking flight. Thank you for choosing Radiant Airways. Enjoy your flight.
Those are good. Before takeoff, brakes. Already tested those; they were good. Flight instruments are good. CAS is checked. Lights as required. Every little bump in the taxiway I can feel. It's so cool, man. Is Real Turb on? That's the true question. Real Turb, are you on? They are now, if they weren't. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, I love the feeling of every little bump. It's so cool. Yeah, fire the window washer. Me. I am the window washer. RealTurb is a program that runs in the background that does realistic turbulence. Also, Honcho, I don't know if you know, but apparently your controls works for 24 as is. I didn't know that. You just don't have profiles for certain airplanes. But people said that it works fine in 24 with the other airplanes, so I guess. I need to try it with something. I haven't tried it yet. Indeed, Carl, indeed. You can see it on the flightsim.to page. People are like asking for the 24 version. People are like, it works fine for 24. I was like, didn't know that. I didn't even think about that. Couple big bumps right there. All right. Clear off clearance.
Boise Tower, Pilatus November 49261 at runway 10 left, ready for departure. IFR to Aspen.
I get used to these switches. They're so weird. Some work, some don't.
Cleared for takeoff runway 10 left.
Clear for takeoff, runway 10 left. That's 216. All
Clear
right.
for takeoff runway 10 left. Pilatus November 49261.
261. Pilatus 261. All right, let's give it some power here. Oh, is that friction bug? Yep. Gotta love that. You know we're taking off.
To all passengers, welcome on board this flight to Aspen. I'm First Officer Matt Gale, and I'm here to ensure you have an enjoyable flight to Aspen today. If there's anything we can do to make your flight more enjoyable, please let us know. I gently remind you to fasten your seatbelt.
Double check
and that this is a
heading,
non-smoking
heading
flight.
select.
You'll find a safety breathing
level
card in the
change.
seat pocket in front of you. Prepare
Let's
for
go flying,
takeoff.
y'all.
Thank you.
Stable and take up power sets. Wind from the right. Airspeed's live. $80 knots.
V1, rotate.
Positive rate, gear up. Over departure, we'll see ya. Pilatus 261. I keep calling it Pilatus because that's what they do.
Pilatus 261. Departure, Pilatus November
Off throttle.
261 is passing 4,100
Or not.
climbing flight level 430. Pilatus November 49261. Departure, altimeter 3007. Radar contact. Continue.
Thumbs up. They said to continue, so that's what we're doing. And speed checks, flaps up. Sure, our window heat's on. Just pick up any icing on the way out. What, an Osley? Is that what they're saying to do? They didn't tell us to. But we're going to do it anyway. FMS, we're good on that. our turn there. I was busy doing that. And we'll engage the autopilot. Monitor the system. Direct to Osley. Activate it. Up 10,000. Let's get those lane lights out of there. If so, with a taxi light. Salt Lake Center, see you next time. Pilatus 261.
118.05. The latest 261.
Not too much turbulence on the way out. I was expecting a lot more than that. That wasn't too bad.
Is passing 12,200 climbing flight level 430.
Latest November 49261.
I had to say it.
Salt Lake Center. Altimeter 29907. Radar contact. Continue.
Oh yeah. There's that mountain turbulence. On 15,000, looking good. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it up and down, up and down. Real turb also gives you cloud turbulence. So we're hitting some cloud. Ooh, it's nice and smooth here. All right, flaps are up, lights are out, gears up, lights are out. Everything's good here. We are in our, we should be in managed climb thrust here. On the auto throttle now, that's fine. Which will be Mach, what you call it there? Oh yeah, we're gonna get rocked a little bit here. I'll tell you what, with the motion rig on rotating the airplane and taking off, it's really made me have to relearn how to do it because of the motion. It throws me off so much because I can feel so much of what the airplane's doing. What the coolest thing is when you're up at takeoff speed and you're hitting every little bump, you know, and you're like boom, boom, boom. When you get to the rudder authority, you can feel it in the back end of the seat, like all the way back here on the back part of the rig. You can feel that slip happening left and right when you're on the rudder pedal, and to me that's just unbelievable. It reminds me of being like in a 172 on takeoff and that feeling you get, you know, when you're dancing on the pedals a little bit. It's really, really, really cool with that. All right, 19.4, still climbing 430. You guys can see the motion pretty darn good, can't you? Like how much I'm going up and down. Because this whole rig, you know, you have that half a G up, half a G down, and so sometimes when I hit those, you hit those bumps, you do feel it in your stomach a little bit when it drops down on you, which is really, really cool. Ian Storm, I really appreciate the 2 months in a row, 7 total on Twitch. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate you. A little weather buildup in front of us here. We might have to go around that. This top tier looking pretty That was a Christmas gift Nick got me for Christmas. You see that there? It's a taxi light lamp. It's pretty cool. Fortnite Runner, what's up? How you doing? Grand Wolfpack, I had a good day. We had some beta testing stuff on the OCRP. We're on OCRP Life 2.0. It's a massive update. It's much bigger than anything we've had before. So right now, tonight was like a beta test. We tried to crash the server and try to figure out why things were happening with some stuttering issues some people were having. And we got down to the bottom of some of it, which is great. But there's a lot of quality of life updates there. The whole new inventory system's going in. There's so many cool things. So many cool things. The housing script is in there. So people can actually do that. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's an actual thunderstorm head, so we're going to fly right over it and be just fine. We'll be just fine here. How are we looking there? Not bad. All right, we're ready for a vibe check. Everybody want to vibe out? I say we vibe out. See a little bit of the, well, at least a little bit of what's going on here, right? Let's do it. Turn the music up. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yes, I did feel that. I feel that. That was a big bump. I feel all that too. Salt Lake Center. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.
128.55. The latest 261. Salt Lake Center. The latest November 49261 is passing flight level 280, climbing flight level 430. The latest November 49261. Salt Lake Center. Radar contact.
Oh, those are dead bugs we picked up on the way up and the way down. Many bugs died so we could enjoy this stream. Smooth jazz? It's funk. Smooth funk, I would suppose, I'd say. Ooh, hello. All about flight. Yes, we do. We're all good to go. I need to get my other camera set up over there. It'll be a much better camera. 30,000 for 430. Climb is looking good. Mach 0.547. Pilot Blake, what's up? How you doing? Would you suggest Realtor for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024? Yes, my Mac. That's what I use. I love Realtor. It adds cloud turbulence too, which is really nice. We're at 31,400 climbing for 430 there, Julian. Or sorry, yeah, it was Julian. It was E13216 that asked that. We're at the PC-24, yes indeed. That beauty. Isn't that pretty? Whew. Bum, 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 bum. So I have to get a new graphics card because this is running a 3090 that I'm running right now. It's the 3090 on Sim Update 3. It runs great on Sim Update 3. But I have a Pimax Crystal Super that they sent me. But this graphics card cannot run that VR headset. I can run the Crystal Light on this, but the Super, I can't run it on there. So it's in need of an upgrade. The only thing I'm worried about is on the GPU port, or plugging into it. The 3090 uses 3, and I think the 40 series card and 50 series card requires 4, doesn't it? I don't know. And I don't know which card to get, honestly. Should I get a 5090 or whatever? Or I could get a 50 series card, put it in the rig upstairs, and then take the 4090 and put it in here. I could do that. Pixel Penguin, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. How you doing? Good evening, everybody. All right, Salt Lake Center. We'll see ya.
Salt Lake Center, the latest November 49261 is passing flight level tree. 50 climbing flight level 430.
The latest November 49261, Salt Lake Center. Radar contact. To the Oakland.
Go on to Oakley. Oh, we were above 18. I did not change my friggin' altimeter. My bad. We're on standard now. All right, let's put our heading upward. I like that better anyway. Oh, not too long of a flight today. We've got to fly over the lake, and then we'll be showing our way into Aspen before you know it. Before you know it. About 53 miles to Osley. And I got time to get my 3060 Ti because of the whole Bitcoin demand. Yeah, I'm just worried about the amount of ports needed for the GPU. Just don't do what I did. Alex, did that card break when you dropped it? Yep, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 we're in right now. Emma B, yes, this is the sim rig. We're in a full motion platform. Up off the ground. It's weird. We were encountering turbulence there, so I'm still like kind of feeling it in my body, but it's not happening. It's alive and well. Sweet. And it works fine. Fun fact, the flight out of Aspen's the only emergency landing I've ever been in. Interesting. What airline was it? Pixel Penguin, I'm doing just fine. How are you doing today? What were you up to? What were you streaming? Matt Gatto, thank you for gifting a subscription now to Grand Wolfpack 517. Thank you. What headset am I using? Audio Technica BP8 HP BHPS1 or something? I don't remember. What happens when you fly inverted? I don't go inverted. Thought I needed a larger power supply, but it handles it fine. Good to hear that, Alex. Yachting. See, I was yachting in Flight Sim 24 a couple days ago. I wasn't streaming or anything, but it was the super yacht. I was operating the super yacht down in St. Lucia, down in the Caribbean. United back when they still had the Q400s. Oil hose broke and caught the engine on fire. Ironically, the smoothest landing I've ever had. Well, that's pretty scary in a Dash 8. You got me inspired to purchase 2024 and start flight simming again. Literally fell asleep to your career grind video on last night. Very cool, Akey. Yeah, I can recommend the sim now that we're in Sim Update 3. I think that it's definitely a purchasable sim now. I do recommend you, if you do get this sim, if you don't have Game Pass, get the base version and then just buy the planes that you want to add, you know? But if you want to get the discount of having all the different planes, they have done a lot of quality of life updates to them. Yeah, the Mega Yacht's awesome, Pixel. It's an awesome one. I like it a lot. Just the height of your yoke. It looks high from your lap. I mean, I'm down in the seat, but whenever I'm operating it, it's pretty good. I don't want to change. I don't need to change that. Sky Courier was my first 2024 purchase off the marketplace today. I like that airplane. It's slow, but it's a slow airplane. But I like it. My favorite airplane is the Boeing 727. I did not go to Oshkosh, Ian. They'll be your go-to for the long cargo. They pay out well, AV. They pay out well. Flight level 410 for 430. We're looking good here. Mach 0.6 in the climb. We're going to cruise at Mach 0.730. We need other friends to be able to board our boats and planes. Yep, I agree. I assume you can, well, they don't have a profile for it, but if you made a profile for shared controls, or your controls, then you could technically do it that way. Oh, yeah, Synaptics A220 is on its way, man. It looked awesome when I saw it at Flight Sim Expo. Very excited. We'll be flying that airplane for sure. Do I play DCS, and what's your thoughts? I rarely play DCS. I'm not into mil sims. I'm not into the missile systems, the weapon systems. I like flying in formation, doing tankers and stuff, but flying that in VR with friends, it's pretty fun. Twiz, what's up? How you doing? We're still in the climb. Yep, we got 1 to go. We're at 42.2 for 430, so we're almost to cruise. Almost there. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da-do. All right, how are you liking the motion rig? Have you used any other motion rig? I have used other motion rigs, but this one, unmatched, man. The feeling of this one is crazy. Crazy good. One thing I have done, I think we reached our cruise. Nope, not yet. Going to Roy. One thing I have done over the weekend, we had some friends over and we did the roller coaster in VR, doing the roller coaster in VR. That's pretty damn good. It doesn't take a whole lot of motion for you to get that feeling of what the VR brings to the table. All right, let's let them know we're cruising along here.
Hello, passengers. Glad to be your captain today. First, I'd like to welcome everyone on behalf of Radiant Airways on Flight Pack 82. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 40,000 feet at an airspeed of 100.
Try that again, buddy. We're at 430.
And are expecting to land in Aspen approximately at 5:36 p.m. local time. Current temperature of 68 degrees Fahrenheit. If the weather cooperates, we should get a great view of the area as we descend. I'll update you.
Sure, we'll get a great view of the area on the descent.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
Enjoy the rest of the flight. Look at that view right there. That is gorgeous. Renovating the house at the moment. Adam would. This is called guest room, gaming center. Oh yeah, nice, dude. Gonna buy a full sim rig to go with it. Well, I'm telling you what. This thing, it's only got a footprint of like 4. Well, I mean, I would say realistically, I have like a 6x6 area here, but it's like 4 by I don't know what it is. I'd have to look up the dimensions, but it's a small carbon footprint, you know, not carbon footprint, but it's a small footprint in the room. But I put it in the center of the room. I highly recommend if you're building a sim rig, do it in the center of the room so you have room to walk around and to change things out. You put everything in a corner, you're just going to hate yourself. Having to try change everything out and all that. We don't want that. Sir Joker, doing just fine. How you doing? Hey, Nathan. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Room's going to be a 20 by 30 with a built-in kitchen. Oh, well then you got plenty of room. But I got the whole surround sound set up in here now, so I did some flights in the weekend with that, and that was really, really nice to not have to wear headphones, you know? Bum, ba-da-da-dum. Bum, ba-da-da-da. And now, a word from our sponsors. Here's this wonderful Thrustmaster TCA Boeing yoke, my favorite product, hands down, out of the Thrustmaster lineup. TPR rudder pedals down there. You can barely see the top of that one right there, but those are amazing. And then I have 2 of the Boeing ones together that are together. So there's 2 USBs going out of there, but they are married together here. and you have a heading track mode, that actually does work. I always just forget that these buttons work. You can even change the speed mode as well. And the altitude. Does that actually work? It does. Oh, I'm an idiot. I always forget to use these. And you have all your buttons that you can map to as well, which I still need to do since I moved it over here. And then the flap lever. These are like 3D printed parts that I got from Etsy. But it's a pretty slick setup. I absolutely love it. Bum, ba-da-da-da. That's a dream setup, especially once you can use the Pimax. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I can use the Crystal Light, and I've done that, and it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. Sir Joker doing well, working on your 07 RAM. Very nice. I have a 17 RAM 1500 with the Hemi in it as well. Rough estimate on what this setup would cost, the entire thing. I mean, motion platform, you're looking at 7,600 just for that. Peripherals, I mean, it's probably $10,000 here. The screen itself is about $1,000. So the amount of a car, you know, like I wouldn't even call it a starter car, but most cars today are pretty expensive now. You're going to spend about $10,000 on a car if you want a decent one. Yeah, I want to get an FMS. I want to mount it up here if I can, but I might have to move it down here. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I want one really bad. But that's a rough estimate there, Nathan. I really don't know. Somebody could tally it all up. All right. Airplane is doing good here. We're doing 432 across the ground. We've got a 12-knot tailwind, 32 knots from the right-hand side. Roaring Diesel Gaming. Hey, Jeff, just want to let you know you've been an inspiration to me for the last 10 years, and I praise and respect you and want to thank you for getting me through hard times through videos. Dude, absolutely, you are very, very welcome, but it's a pleasure all on this side. I get to sit here and fly my dream setup. I would not have this opportunity without all of you. Absolutely. It's a good quality, like does it make noises when it moves? It's extremely quiet. We had our friends over and they did the roller coaster, and they were very shocked how quiet it was. It doesn't make very much make very much noise. It's just like it's almost like a rolling sound, but a very, very low rolling sound. The fan is louder than the actual unit. If I turn the fan on in here, it's louder than anything this is doing. It's that smooth. Salt Lake Center. Oh, perfect time. We're gonna have ourselves a little party here.
128.55. The latest 2.
Enjoy the views.
Salt Lake Center. The latest November 49261. Flight level 430.
Hey, Carl, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Well, thank you very much, BNSF. Ortiz. Turn the sound down a little bit. Ortiz, thank you very much for getting 5 subscriptions out on Twitch. If you got one, be sure to say thank you. That was very, very nice of you to do so. Thank you so much for continuing to grow the community. I really appreciate you for doing that. And keeping this stuff rolling. Alex, if there's a way we could get the, because I know people are going to be asking about this rig a lot, and if we could get my affiliate link I have in my YouTube video when I made the Hurricane video, if we could use that for like !DOF, then we could say I use DOF Reality H6 and then have the link if people want to go look at it. Because I am partnered with them. I am partnered with them, and I'm an ambassador for DOF Reality now. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, just look at him. Oh, look at him. Oh, look at him. Oh, just look, sir.
Thank you, Alex. Good music's happening there. Good music's. Boop, boop. So yeah, I mean, I feel very honored to be a ambassador for the company, for DOF Reality. But you know, I can tell you that this stuff is heavy duty stuff. I've asked Mark over at Get Your Game On, who helped me like dial in the settings and everything. Also with DOF Reality, he told me like I can run this thing for hours. He's like, days, that's a different story. But he's like, I mean, you can run this thing for hours and hours. He's like, all you have to do is just feel the boxes and see if they're getting warm at all where the motors are. I have never ever felt even a little bit of heat off these things. But this is really heavy duty, like, stuff. Like, when you're building it, you realize, like, this stuff isn't messing around. It's heavy, and it's, I mean, it has to be for what it does, you know what I mean? Mind you, I have the largest, monitor you can get on a rig like this. It's like right on the weight limit. The weight limit's like 15 kilos or whatever. It's like right on the edge of that, but right underneath it. And I haven't had any problems. Other than finding a mount for it was a real pain in the ass.
Salt Lake Center, the latest November, 49.
Sal Too Crazy, thank you very much for the subscription. Welcome to the stream family. And Chad, thank you for the cheer. Cheers to you. I don't have anything to drink in my hands. That's just a personal thing on this. I don't want to dump anything on anything, you know. I don't want to be an idiot. Yeah, I had a real local on the 8s type of vibe there. Now for your local on the 8s. The song is just Weather Channel 1999. Sir Joker, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, Bailey's, I'm blown away. This is a dream setup. Like I said, the only thing that I can ever say that I've, you know, the feeling of motion is like I've been in level D sims, and the smoothness of what I'm feeling when it's happening kind of reminds me of that. Mind you, those are big, giant actuators. Those are huge hydraulics that run those compared to these motors. But there's 1, 2, and then the third set of motors on the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 motors, you know, for all the different motion, you know, 6 axes of different motion. But the feeling I get from it, it's just incredible. Like, what really sold me was when I was like taking off and you're on the pedals and you feel the back end of the airplane. But when you rotate into the air, I don't know what it does. It applies like this pressure underneath that gives you the feeling of being off the ground, like what it's like to be in the air in an airplane. It's really wild how they did that. And one thing I have learned with motion is that less is more. So I don't have this thing cranked to the max. I have it dialed down a little bit from what I did with the say the Hurricane Hunter video when I was learning how to set this up. I dialed some things back, but now everything feels a lot more realistic because of that. So that's been a learning experience in that. But like this, like I can feel the turn. Even if I'm not looking at the screen, I can feel when the airplane's turning and the motion it has. That's really, really cool. When you have the flaps in, you feel the drag because of that heave, or the surge. You're feeling it go forward in the seat. So you feel the drag when it's out. Like when you put the gear down, you'll feel a shake of the gear, but it goes forward. And then on takeoff, it pitches back just ever so slightly, so it puts you in the back of the seat, and then it also pulls you back. So you're getting the feeling of takeoff that way. Takeoff and landing, then it's absolutely incredible. And you'll know how smooth of a landing you had based off the motion. So whenever I was first, trying it out, I was like flying this Citation 750 when I was dialing this in. I was greasing the landings, and I was like, man, is that all? Like, and then I had to really force it into, like, I had to just clunk it in, and I was like, boom, and I was like, oh, okay, no, it's there. I can feel it. I was just greasing the landing, so I didn't notice. I haven't done any racing games on it. I don't have any plans to run racing on this rig. I know it's incredible. I've heard it's insane, but I just haven't done it on this. Maybe some point in its lifetime I'll do it, but I have this designed for flight. Chevy, it's a DOF Reality H6 for his Flight Sim Motion platform. You check it out here. Thank you very much, Alex, for doing that. And I take it that the short URL works. That was a pain in the butt for me to remember how to do that. But that's the affiliate link. If you guys click on that, you're directly supporting me if you decide to buy one. To me, the price point of this is so cheap compared to what there has been in the past and what is out there on the market. Because if you're looking into motion rigs, I mean, you're looking at $20,000 to $40,000 for a motion platform that's going to give you this kind of feeling. And whenever you, when you look at the price point of what you're actually getting, it's pretty damn cheap. Because I was in the market for one. I was looking for one because I really wanted to amp up everything for streams and for videos, which don't mind this camera. This camera's a piece of shit. Okay, that's my C922 Logitech webcam. I'm going to get my other AX53 set up over here on a cam link so I can run it over here eventually. Then we'll have a good solid face cam again. And what I have to do is move the books probably over one or two so I can put some of my airplanes on that shelving back there. So then I'll have something for you to see whenever you look back that way. Awesome. Thank you, Alex. I really appreciate you doing that, man. Almost the price of a car? Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're talking about insanity when you look at if you get out there and look at different motion platform options. But DOF Reality is making this a feasible thing for you at home. It doesn't take a huge footprint out of your room. You can put it. It's crazy. I've seen Mark's setup. He just has this very, very bare bones. He doesn't have a monitor. He just uses VR, and it's this little spot right here. It's not a lot of room compared to, you know, big, massive. And then when you think about it, you have the bigger hydraulics and things like that. You're going to have to maintain that stuff over time. These are motors, and they're different than like a hydraulic system. So the feeling you get and the quality you're getting out of this, I'm telling you, it's worth it. I know a lot of people that have the H3, the DOF Reality H3, and they live by that. They love it. They don't have the surge and they don't have the heave, but they have the other 3-axis, you know. And so another thing this does do is it does give me engine haptics. So when we're taxiing, I can feel the rumble in the whole unit. But it's not as good as a butt kicker. I've used butt kickers and they're incredible. So I'm probably going to end up getting one. But then I have to get a whole another setup for that. Well, you have to get an amplifier and all that for the butt kicker, but I'm going to get one. Because it's so good to have a butt kicker because you can feel every small vibration in the engine, and it gives you that final feedback. Because if I go into a sim racing studio and I bump up the engine haptics, I'll feel it, but it feels canned and it doesn't feel realistic to me. So I have it dialed down to like 2 or 3, so it's just barely there whenever I'm spooling the engines up, and I can feel it in the chair. Man, I'll be back in American Truck Sim when I'm ready for it. You know? When I'm ready to get back into it. The thing is, like, I've been, you know, driving it whenever the new states come out and all that, but there hasn't been anything that's just held me there to play it right now. I've been really loving my flight sim. And, I mean, with this setup, can you blame me? Chad, thank you so much for the cheer. OG Nickel Stickle, thank you for the cheer as well. And Chad, once again, thank you guys for all the cheers. Appreciate you. Oh, here comes our turn. And yeah, just that was like 5 degrees of roll, and I can feel that in my stomach. Like, even if I'm reading, I can feel if it's happening. And I've done some like closing my eyes, and I've done unusual attitudes, and it reminds me a lot of doing flight school training. You know, especially like one thing I have noticed like last night or the night before when I was flying this into 108 Mile Ranch, which was terrifying at night, couldn't see anything. You rely on your instruments because things I felt the airplane doing felt very strange compared to what I was seeing on the instruments, which is really cool. I have the Thrustmaster TPRs. They're all metal. They're fantastic. They're probably, like I said, my second favorite part of the Thrustmaster setup I have. I love the Boeing yoke, the pendulum. It's wonderful. But the actual rudder pedals, they're big. That was the biggest thing for me because a lot of rudder pedals out there are small. Like, I've tried other ones, and they're too small for me, or I slip off of them or whatever. These are big, massive, like, they're combat looking. They look like they're right out of like a P-51 Mustang. Yeah, and I'll be checking out the Dodge pack when that releases on American Truck Sim. I'm really, really stoked to have cars in American Truck Sim. I know some people could care less about that, but I'm pretty stoked for it. Now, let's get rid of this disco here. Delete that waypoint, activate it. Now we get our top and drop. It's good to be up there. Which they're not even going to descend us till we're after it. They're pretty lazy on the descent still. That I can say on the default ATC. I've noticed they're probably about 20 nautical miles off of where the top and drop, where their descent instructions should be. But a lot of it is because of where you're flying to. It says fly to this location, and then every single time I hit the step, and then they give me the descent. Which, if I get about 2,600 feet per minute, I usually make it. But if I'm not on top of it, you can be high and fast, and you don't want that. Yeah, road trip's going to be awesome, AV. I agree. I'm stoked for it. Akimbo, this motion rig is made by DOF Reality. DOF Reality. And you'd be very surprised how small this actually is. The real pain in the ass is that, so when you get a motion rig seat like this, you do not get a chair. You got to keep that in mind. You don't get a chair. You can get different chairs and you can mount them. That was one of the things that I told them. So I got the SimWorks, I think it's SimWorks chair, and I really love this. It's a big chair, and Mark recommended to get a racing seat so it hugs your sides, especially in motion. But you don't get a chair that comes with the motion rig. So my biggest bugaboo when I was doing the build was that the holes didn't line up on it. And I was like, man, it's a cross-member bar that has the holes, cut out for it. I was like, if you could go on their website and say, I'm getting this, say these seats, then you could get a bar for those seats. If they would just pre-drill them for those seats, it'd make it so easy. But I had to sit there with a metal file, and file out the hole to make to make the seats attached to the holes on the cross member. I'm not a DIY person. So that was a pain in the ass. That was my biggest complaint I had to them. I was like, I would like to see more options for mounting seats. But one of the things I can definitely commend them for, not only the quality of the build, was the actual wiring, the brains of this thing that's underneath here. I have two boxes that this all plugs into, and they're both like PC, that style of power cords. So one on each one. So those are plugged in. And then all the labeling was very easy. It looks just like a graphics card, like a GPU. It's those same exact connectors, and they're all labeled, and they go into the same spot. I got it on my first try, so if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I'm pretty dumb when it comes to that stuff.
1 tree decimal niner for Pilatus 261.
We are headed to Aspen.
Salt Lake Center, Pilatus November 4.
Boy, I thought the Rockies would look a hell of a lot rockier than this.
Pilatus November 49261, Salt Lake Center. Radar contact. Continue to Lolo.
Continue to Lolo. That's what we're doing. Ryan, I have the Pimax Super Crystal, or the Pimax Crystal Super. Sorry, I'm an idiot. It's right over there on the ground. But my graphics card cannot run it, sadly. I have to upgrade my graphics card. A 30 series card isn't going to cut it. It's not even on the tier 3 list for the Super, because it's so many pixels. Now I can run my Crystal Light on here, no problem. It'll run on the 3090, but not the Super. So I have to get a new graphics card for that. But it's amazing. So I can't do flight sim with it, but I did like the roller coaster sim and stuff in it. And holy shit, man, it is so crystal clear. I thought the Crystal was like super clear, but the Pimax Super is like looking at a monitor. Like, we've gotten that good in VR now to where what you're looking at is the monitor. The only thing that I've been struggling with is getting used to the feeling of it. It came with a head strap mount piece I need to add to it. Maybe it's going to help, but I'm just getting used to it. Whenever I don't use VR for a long time, that happens. We're on the PC-24 right now. PC-24. That beauty right there. One thing I do like about the Pimax Super is that the Crystal Super is the design of it and the sleekness of it. The Pimax Crystal Light, it's wide, It's wide. And the FOV is much better in the Super. That I can tell you. It's a lot better. I don't feel like I'm putting on like a scuba mask, you know? I run my light on a 3080. Been debating on upgrading the GPU is probably your weakest point on your VR setup for sure. But yeah, I was looking at Flight Sim, incorporating it, or like setting it up right, and it did not. What my graphics card isn't even on tier 3 list. Is the head strap bigger than the lights? I have trouble using my headphones with it. So with headphones, I found you put on the headphones first. Have you tried doing that, Brian? Because with the crystal light, I was like putting the headset on, then putting the headphones over it, and it doesn't work. You have to put the headphones on first and then put the VR headset on. It's opposite to what I used to do with the Reverb G2. Yeah, force feedback would be nice to have for sure. But you know what? I absolutely love the TCA Boeing yoke. And I'm an ambassador for Thrustmaster. I just got done signing the contract for the rest of the year. We're doing a half a year contract this year. So to be exclusively on this, it doesn't hurt me. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. The pendulum and the smoothness of it. It's what I need. Now, I know what it feels like to have a force feedback yoke. I've used them. They're cool. They are cool. But I'm hoping Thrustmaster will do something with that. That'd be nice. All right, 14,000 for us. Let's do it. Vertical speed, down we go. Altitude, down we go.
Descend via LOYYD1 to 14,000. Expect or nav Foxtrot
So
approach via
airplane shakes a little bit there, and there it is right there. And that's the engine haptics. And then I feel it tilting down when we're in our descent here. About 2,600 feet per minute. That's fine. Flying direct to pretty good. Oh, they actually descended us early on this one. But still, we didn't make our VNAV, it doesn't look like. So we'll descend down to 15. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go over to my altitude, and I'm going to manually bring it down to 15. So nice to have it like that. Although I can only do it in 100s on that. Okay. So we'll just use our normal one here. All right, let's go into the big ones. 1.5.
To all passengers, we are approaching Aspen Pick and Co. /Sardi. Please fasten your seatbelt and adjust your seat back and tray table.
I'm not strapped in. I don't have enough motion on this that I need to be strapped in. Sometimes on takeoff and landing, it feels like you're feeling it, But
thank you.
We're pretty good right now. Yeah, I love the haptics in the engine. I can feel the engine vibration right now. All right, we're good on that. Looking at this guy, we're doing the RNAV Foxtrot. We don't have a runway selected? Should be runway 33. Should be. We'll insert that. Clear the disco. There we go. We're gonna definitely be feeling some turbulence on this approach. 100%. All right, contact them. We'll see ya.
Going to 1 tree, 4.5. The latest 261.
Hey, Mark, what's up? How you doing?
Denver Center.
Lieutenant Corporal Lindsay, what's going on? Thank you for the 4 months. Always good to see you. Love the Smoking and Bandit episode on OCRP. Thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed that.
The latest November 49er 261. Denver Center. Radar contact. Continue to PRTTY.
Flying to pretty. I see why they called it pretty. This is beautiful out here. Can't wait to racing NASCAR 25 with a T240. I've been using the Heat 4 on PS4. It'd be nice to have an iRacing experience in NASCAR 25 with the T248. You know, on Steam, guess I didn't need an Xbox after all. Oh, Ryan, yeah, no, they're going to release it on Steam. They just don't have a release date for it, but it'll be soon after. You won't have to wait too long. Lorex, basically imagine 20-degree pitch. So this thing can go 20 degrees pretty much in all the axes, I believe. I don't remember what the pitch is. I know roll is 20 degrees. And it might be the same for the pitch. I think it tells you on the website. I could be wrong with that. Oh, God, it'll be way better than any NASCAR ignition shit we dealt with. I promise you all that. The only thing, like I said, with NASCAR 25 is I didn't do any long green flag runs, so I couldn't test to see what long green flag pit stops are like and how it handles that. But from what the dev team told me, they said it's all in there and it's solid. Like, stages work as you would expect. Everything works as you would expect it to. So I can't see that being a problem. I think we'll be just fine on that front. Ninja Monkey, what's up? How you doing? We're flying the Pilatus PC-24, this beautiful airplane right here, all the way from Boise, Idaho, down to Aspen, Colorado. That's where we're headed right now. To see Mary Swanson. I'm very excited to make NASCAR content again, BNSF. I plan to do a full career mode. Oh, man, yeah, we're picking up some bumps. And you see how we're getting bumps like that? I'm getting sharper bumps when we're actually hitting bumps rather than the kind of just the motion of like feeling the air or the wind hitting the airplane differently in turbulence. But sometimes we just get a couple bumps and you'll feel it. Samsonite, I was way off. He's my favorite driver now that Kurt Busch retired. I like all the polarizing drivers, so I love Kyle Busch, love Denny Hamlin, and Carson Hocevar. And then in the truck series, I like Rajah Caruth. Also in the Cup Series, I like Bubba Wallace. I'm a Bubba Wallace fan. Rajah Caruth, and then how can I not like Nick Sanchez after, you know, he took me out on a car on the track. Obviously, Anthony Alfredo. I like a lot of the drivers. It's very few drivers I'm like, I'm not a big fan of them. I can't really say there's a whole lot of those. We're still pretty high on the VTA, so hopefully we can intercept that. I don't have a current goal in the career mode right now, Pilot Blake. We got the PC-24, and I'm just kind of enjoying this before we decide to make our next move. Maybe we'll get a longitude, you know. I've heard the longitude's great. They added that. Beautiful bird, been falling in love with the P-180 Avanti. Oh, yeah, that's a cool airplane. Flying to St. Louis on the 2nd. Very nice. Enjoy your time in St. Louis. If you've never had Emo's Pizza, highly recommend that one. All right, we're gonna go over to our bridge. Terrain. We have terrain on. SA terrain. No, I don't want SA terrain. The terrain on. Got to get some toasted ravs while you're in St. Louis. Yep. It's the thing we're known for the most. Thoughts on the Illinois DLC? I'm excited for it. I like any of the states that get released. Yeah, I'm surprised the Twin Otter's not in the career mode. It's kind of weird, isn't it? I wonder if I can adjust my speed at all if I go into manual mode. Let's see. If I got a manual, can I change it? Oh, I can. Nice. I'm going to have to start using these little dials a lot more than I do. Beautiful views coming into Aspen. Gorgeous. Below 18, off standard pressure, we're 2985. High elevation, so landing lights are going to come on. Not worried about the taxi light right now at this point. Ninja Monkey, there's somebody making a good DC-10 out there. They're working on it. You just got to be patient for it. Yeah, I'm noticing the mountain turbulence is a little sharper up here when I feel those bumps compared to the up and down motion we got on the way out of Boise. Okay, we're at 15. We got to descend. What are we doing here? They're going to hold us at 15 for a minute, looks like. They did descend us a little early, didn't they? Couple bumps for sure. We're at 15,000 feet. Probably have that double top of descent. They're probably going to drop us down another bit here in the next few. To see top of climb. I don't know why they have top of climb. They had top of descent before pretty, so I don't know what they're doing. They're probably going to wait till we're over pretty and they're going to descend us. More than likely, that'll be the case. Mr. Captain Canada in the house. What's going on, man? Oh, dude, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Well, you're about to see us get our shit rocked because we're landing in Aspen, and we are going to get mountain turbulence like a mother. And we're using good old real turbs, so we're probably going to get thrown around a little bit. Right now, it's just pretty light. Couple bumps here and there on the way in. But it's going to get rocky, I have a feeling. I have a feeling. Yep. Here we go. Woohoo! Alright, so we're looking at that there. I'm wondering how we're doing this arrival. Looks like that's the go-around procedure there. Yeah, that's interesting looking. Interesting for sure. Look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. What an approach. Turbulence settings? I don't know what the turbulence settings are on, to be honest with you. Might be set to realistic, but it's hard to say. Okay, they gonna descend us anytime soon? I think they just wanted a 15 right now for a while. Comes our turn. Default's realistic? Yeah, that's probably what it is then. Fly to bird. I guess ATC isn't talking to us right now. We'll see. Hopefully they do soon. Let's be a good pilot and set our heading track back where we're at. We're just getting mountain turbulence. I haven't gotten we didn't get a whole lot of turbulence on the way down. It was a pretty smooth flight. Departure out of Boise was a little rocky, but once we were up at cruise, it was fine. And right now, we're not getting like absolutely thrown or anything. God, I haven't flown into Aspen in forever. It's been a minute. I guess 15,000 makes sense. They're going to probably have us descend down to 5,000. No. Because what's Aspen's altitude? It's much higher. Seems about right. There it is. Denver Center. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I got to say, on the on the career mode, since Sim Update 3, the ATC is so much better.
The latest November 49261 is passing 15,000.
We've just been testing it to see what it's like, and it's been good. Been very, very surprisingly good. We'll be back on Beyond ATC soon, but we've just been enjoying this. Flying the bird. 7,837. Okay, so yeah, 15 is good for right now. That makes sense. All right, Steinhoff, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate you. I did notice whenever we were looking at our arrival, the wind, it had a little wind symbol on it, so I think we're going to get a bad weather bonus on this arrival, so we're going to have our work cut out for us for sure. That's a lot of up and down. Flying to dumb. That's that mountain turbulence for sure. That's a chunky. Figure out what you do here. Good all summer. Got an interesting profile. Are they the go-around procedure? It still doesn't have the runway selected, does it? It won't let me select a runway. I wonder why. We might have to go manual on that. Every time I select 1.5, it's or not 1.5, but on 3.3, it's like, oh, visual 3.3. There we go. We'll do vectors. There we go. Insert that. Activate it. There, that looks more like it there. All right. Put 10 miles on that guy for now. Get the Flying Fat Albert with the Blue Angels a few weeks ago. Oh, that's amazing. I bet that was fun. The 0G dump on the top of the takeoff. And also on the landing. To set it. One thing that's really cool is how it skates you around this way on the platform with that yaw. It's very, very slight. It has to be a lot of wind for it to move it around, but you feel it. So 12 knot tailwind right now. Should be descending us here shortly, I'd imagine. Denver Center, we'll see you. Castile, I absolutely love the PC-24. It's been great for us so far. It's such a night and day difference from whenever it first released and it was just dead on arrival. To actually have this airplane functioning correctly is really nice. I do like that. You dumb. Fly to dumb. Create your own story. What's up? Wake up at 2 a.m. featured newborn. See that you're live. What's going on? Hope you're having a good one. All right, now we fly to Lloyd on the arrival. That's the cloud turbulence there. Boy, she's packing a punch today. Woo, I can feel that in my stomach. And some bumps from that mountain turbulence as well. Hey, Jay Bricker. I had a good weekend. I have to give it a go. My friend used to crash it and cruise it all the time. I didn't bother. Been spamming that Flight FX C750. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great one. But this one, it's pretty damn good, man. I gotta say, it's pretty good. Totally redeeming ourselves, flying to Lloyd. You know they added Lloyd from that movie. They had to have, right? They had to have. Now, this is about the same amount since Hurricane Aaron. But this is mountain turbulence. This is a little bit different. All right, airplane slowing down. Nope, it's just Dumb Lloyd. So dumb for Dumb and Dumber. It's 100%. It's 100% named after it. You know? Dumb, Lloyd, and something else. And Big Gulp, it looks like. It's 100% named after the Dumb and Dumber movie. That's pretty incredible. I never noticed that. Yeah, it is, Harry. That crazy look in your eye. Yes. Cinemas? Wonder what that one is. What would that be? Probably Sonomas. Boston, what's up? How you doing? Good evening. We're flying the PC-24. All right, over approach. We'll see you next time. Allow's 261.
Latest 261. Aspen approach. The latest November 49261 is passing 15,000, descending 14,000 via the LOIYD when arrival.
14,000? They never told us to descend to 14.
261. Aspen approach. Altimeter 29906. Radar contact. Continue to SNMAS.
That doesn't even make any sense, does it? So you're saying there's a chance we're going to descend? Did they ever tell us 14? Let's double check that. I never saw that. No, they didn't. You're just saying stupid stuff. I wouldn't want to descend to 14,000 with this right in front of us. Hell no. Yeah, the ground textures aren't loading in very quick, but we are on Wi-Fi and we're streaming, so we're streaming on Wi-Fi and we're flying on Wi-Fi, so beggars can't be choosers. I don't know how many hours I have in my career. I haven't looked at that. But we got quite a few. We're level 143. It says 14,000 in white on the VTA. I guess they want us to descend to 14, but big LP. But should we descend to 14? That's the question. Maybe we should. Might get in trouble for this. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We have a turn coming up anyway. Comes the turn. We have a beautiful rainbow. Look at that. Beautiful rainbow coming into Aspen here today. Oh, ain't that a beaut? She's a beauty. That's a beaut right there. Okay, we should have this airport in sight soon. I don't know what the hell we're doing here with the VNav. All right, we're going autopilot off my airplane. Also going to go ahead and go auto throttle disconnect. My throttles. Because I don't know what this thing's doing, but it's doing some stupid stuff. And we're never going to make this runway. We're not very far away, you know, from the airport. Still don't have this airport in sight yet. It's going to be an interesting turn here. Hello, everybody from Buchacha. Appreciate you. We're landing here in Aspen, so I'll be head in the clouds here for a second. Something weird going on with the engines here I don't like. Roller coaster on the way in here. Ground proximity, of course. Lots of chaos. Find a Rudy. Trying to maintain about 190 right now on this way. Another rain shower here. Told you it was going to be a wild approach. I wasn't lying to you. I don't have the airport in sight yet. I feel like I should. I do not see this airport, dude. Is there an airport here? It's a manual sequence. What is going on here? We're not even at the airport.
Latest 261. Contact Aspen
We passed. Oh, we have to go around, I think, for the runway. Okay. I guess. Cleared for the approach, but the airport's way off to the left.
8.85. The latest 261.
Interesting.
Aspen Tower, the latest November 49261. 13 miles northeast. Inbound or nav Foxtrot approach.
Circle the land, 3-3.
Runway to retreat. The latest November 49261. The plane is shaking quite a bit. Mr. Eddie is starting to complain. Clear to nav Foxtrot approach.
What a stupid approach. All right.
Cleared or nav Foxtrot approach. The latest 261.
We were flying to a manual sequence, not to the airport. This is the airport right here. I can see it. On the other side of this mountain to the right. We need this guy right over here on into the airport. This is crazy. Would have been better we landed on 1.5, I suppose, but we're going to circle the land. Getting track. Over here. We're going to work for this landing, man. I'll tell you that right now. Fly to DBL. I don't even know where the hell DBL is. We don't have a DBL, dude. Is this the right airport? I don't think this is the right airport we're at. I'm so lost, y'all. Is this Aspen? I don't think it is. Where the hell did they take us on this ride? This has to be Aspen right there on the left. That's it. We're gonna circle. We're gonna enter a right downwind. That was really stupid. What you call it? Those vectors they gave us on this was real stupid. Fly to Alex, we did. Fly to Mamfu, whatever the hell that is, because it's not even on our friggin' thing. This has to be the airport, though, right here, right? And we're in a circle to land. Yep. This is what we're doing. Welcome to the show, y'all. It's going to be a show, but we're going to get her down. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, that's 1.5 right there. Pull the nose up a little bit. Bleed some airspeed off. Full speed brake action. Help us slow down. It's going to be a wild approach. I'll tell you that right now. All right, nose up. Put those away. Go down. Right on the money on that. Flaps 8. Gonna help us slow down a little bit more.
The latest 261. Wind tree 1 at 8. Cleared to
Clear on 3-3. Let's do it.
Clear to land runway tree. Latest 261.
Flaps 33. Let's keep that turn coming. That's why we get paid the big bucks by our madam back there, or our, what's his name? The guy that's here today with us. Flaps are down. Gear down 3 green, 33. Clear land 3-3. Let's do it. A little hot, but we're all right. We're looking good. Ballooned the hell out of that, didn't we? Sure did. We're down. Decel. Oh my God, what are you doing here? What is that wind doing? What is the wind doing? Why did it just throw our airplane off the runway? That's so ridiculous.
121.9er for Pilatus 261.
What the hell was that? That's not how airplanes behave. That is not how airplanes behave. I don't know what that was. Why did it throw us off the runway? There's not even wind here. It's... What? Not enough wind. We didn't even have a crosswind. It just threw us off the runway. That was ridiculous. Entered taxi without an announcement. Oh, fuck off with that.
To all passengers, welcome to Aspen Pick and Co.
Because we didn't go to the spot they wanted us to, I guess.
5:18
Where do they want us to
For your
park?
safety,
Go down there?
The captain has requested that you remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we
All
come
right, I
to a
guess we're
complete
gonna
stop.
go this way.
The seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make
Stop
sure
at parking
you take all
stand.
your belongings with you when you get off. On behalf of
Yeah, the approach was
entire
awesome, but man, that was some baloney.
for choosing Radiant Airways. We look forward to seeing you again and wish you a pleasant stay in Aspen.
Wild thermals since Sim Update 3. Yeah, maybe we have to turn our turbulence to off of realistic, because that was obnoxious. Like, we were touched down and things were like we had friction in the move, but the whole thing just went whoop. Like, what the hell is that about? Made no sense to me. Come on, friction bug, don't you stop us. Yeah, wind was 310 at 8, so basically 0. That made no freaking sense, man. No sense at all. How do you ground loop a PC-24? Well, we did. We damn near did. We didn't crash it. We went off the damn runway, but we didn't crash it. That was real stupid. It felt like a microburst Talon. Taking up a collection to get Ryan a copy of Smooth the Man. No kidding, right? Yeah, if somebody wants to watch that back on YouTube, what happened? I would just love to know. I would love to know what happened, because that made no friggin' sense to me. There's some wind on that windsock now, but I mean, It wasn't a crosswind. It was right down the runway. So we hit a banana peel. I'm just happy we didn't crash the airplane. Good God. In career mode, you don't want to crash your airplane. Trust me. It was a tailwind? How can that be a tailwind, Mark? When you have the wind right down the runway. That's what doesn't make any sense to me. Right brake failure? No, didn't have a right brake failure. There was a whole lot that made no sense to me. Passenger satisfaction was not up there. They didn't like that landing. Radio communications 90%. Whatever. Whatever. That was a cool approach. I mean, it made I don't have my charts up and stuff like that, so we were just going off of what they had, but man, that was an interesting circle to land. We still got 1.2 mil out of it. They still have to pay me 2 mil. Is your ground speed too fast? What does that even mean, Mason? Your ground speed too fast. Tailwind must have moved your rudder to the left or something. I'll have to take a look again. One flap wasn't all the way down. I mean, it was 33. We got Microsoft. I agree, Buchacha. Thank you for having my back. It did look like a slight crosswind. You could see the windsock moving quite a bit. I know, but I was full right rudder deflection, and it just that was stupid. Dun, dun, dun. Ba-doom, boom, boom, boom. We're up to 7.9 mil. How's the airplane faring after that landing? Let's go have a look-see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it's fine. We didn't tear anything up. It was just scary. It was a scary landing. Now, yeah, if the brake locked up completely on landing, or like on when we were, because what's scary about the PC-24 is it doesn't have thrust reversers. So you just have spoilers, and they're auto spoilers, but I don't think they work, to be honest with you. I don't know if they ever even work. But when you're hard on the brakes, I mean, if it did lock up a full right, or, you know, if it locked one up, it would absolutely rotate towards the brake. That's still working. So if that right one completely locked up, yeah, that could have happened. But it wasn't an aircraft fault that I can see. That was strange. Do it right. What? Get out of here with that music. Good God. What the hell was that? Oh my God. That was crazy, dude. All right, let's go back to the main menu. old Aspen. Let's do Aspen departure. Change the time of day to earlier today. We have to do a we have to redeem ourselves with the landing.
Aspen Tower. Latest Hotel Bravo Victor Romeo.
All right, before we do
Ready
this,
for straight out departure at runway tree.
let's look at our settings for the turbulence. What is it even called? I can never remember where the fuck it is. Assistance turbulence is on medium. So I did not have that on realistic. It's on medium. All right, trim is good. Flaps. We need a lot of flaps for takeoff here in Aspen. It's called density altitude, y'all. Flaps 15, good. A little bit more pitch up than that. 2.2 looks good to me. Let's rock it and let's roll it. Park and brake is released. Nope, it was released already. Let's just do it. Wind from the right. Here we go. Takeoff thrust set. Airspeed is alive. $80 knots. There it is. There it is. What the hell was that? What the heck was that? B1 and rotate. Pause the brake, gear up. Dude, there's something weird at this airport in the middle there. It did it on takeoff roll. Did you see that? That was wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. Air temperature is 14 degrees Celsius. Yeah, density's like 11,000. I'm screaming off the treetops here. Just trim the airplane where we want it. There we go, looking good. We have to have a better landing. I think there's a weird thing happening with. Did you notice how that right engine was doing more than the other one? Looks like this left one is controlling both engines. That might be our problem. Let's see. Resync them. That's what it looks like to me. That could be doing it. That would definitely cause a problem there. The asymmetrical thrust like that. Let's see. All right, flaps 33. Gear down. Have a lot of fun on this approach. Turned in a little too late. No, we're fine. I had to have trust in myself. Yeah, I think there's something with asymmetrical thrust problem happening there. Let's dump the power out here. I know that wind's from the right, so we'll be ready for it. Throw out the crab, left, right, aileron into the wind. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Go around. What is going on with that shit? That is not good. You can't throw the crab out because it's going to throw the airplane off the runway. I think when I decrab the airplane, that's where we're running into the problem. There's something strange happening on that runway right now. Something very strange with that. I did not want to take the flaps out of the airplane. Jeez Louise. Stupid airplane. So this time we're going to land without using the without using any. We're not going to decrab the airplane. There's something happening with the Pilatus when we're decrabbing. It's not doing what you would expect. So when you are landing across from that, you're going to decrab the airplane. You're going to use that right aileron to to dip down into the wind. And it's not behaving that way. So we're going to land without decrabbing the airplane and just land at a canter, or like at a at an angle, as if we had cantered gear. Gear down. Flaps 33. Pitch the airplane where we want it here. Let's be ahead of the airplane this time. We're going to pull our power early in the turn. You have to chop the power anyway on this approach because you're coming over the mountain there anyway. We're high on this approach. Big time high on this approach. Holy moly. Yeah, we're way too high on this approach. I think we can get this thing in. We're just going to let it settle. Just let the airplane settle. I'm not going to decrab it or anything like that. We're just going to land like this. There's your balloon. There was the balloon we expected out of the airspeed loss. But I want to see something here when we land. Boy, it's ballooning like crazy. Okay. It's full left. That's full left deflection. It's full left deflection. That is, and then it just skates. There's something seriously happening here at this airport that makes no friggin' sense to me. That is stupid. That makes no friggin' sense, man. I can't make sense of that. I really can't. It's acting like we're in like 40 knots of wind on a crosswind when it's not that much. No, I'm not using FS Realistic. Nah, there's something strange happening here, man. I've flown this airplane and I have landed it so many, like, over the weekend. I flew it over the weekend. I've never seen it behave like that. That is so strange. Very weird. Very, very weird. But that's not how I would expect it to be. It should be a little bit more predictable than, you know, them just yeeting you off the runway for the fun of it. But there's, I thought it was the asymmetrical thrust thing, but I mean, there's something weird happening here. I could tell. Like here. Like this is controlling both, and that's just controlling the right engine. That is what's causing our issue there, because look. So that's a key binding issue. That's fun. Got to fix that. But the axis is way off. Something's not right there. Chad, appreciate the cheer. Logic Killer, thank you so much for the 14 months on Twitch. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you. But I don't have words for it, y'all. Did the social stream just stop working? I'm not seeing any chat right now. Oh, Twitch is working, maybe. Maybe everybody's just dumbfounded as I am. I don't know. That's not how airplanes behave. That I can tell you. That's not how they behave. They don't do that. It's a little more predictable than that. At a loss. But you see what I'm talking about? How I'm like, I get... It's like at a certain airspeed, you just lose all... rudder authority. Like, you lose all your rudder authority, and it's so strange. We're all bamboozled. It's not the airplane. I've had great landings in this airplane. It's been fine. It's this airport and the wind situation that's happening here is doing some strange shit. I just want to see the new Aspen that they added. I haven't seen it yet. There's Atlantic Aviation. Look at that beautiful FBO. That's where they picked up Psy, remember? Open Aspen style. Open Aspen style. You the son of here. Yeah, there's something going on weird with the physics there. It slid the plane the way it did. I really don't have words for it. It's strange to me, but at least we didn't crash the airplane. We were in a situation where we could have easily crashed that airplane, and we did not. So that's a win in itself, to be honest with you. Look at that. Outside of Atlantic Aviation, everybody. I mean, we made it to Aspen one piece. They were not happy with us, and I do not blame them in any way, shape, or form, because that would have been terrifying as a passenger to deal with that. But we made it to Aspen in one piece without crashing the airplane and losing the airplane. That's all you can ever really ask for, really. That's all you can ask for. But it was a blast. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Like I said, still work in progress. I like this camera view. That one I don't like so much, but at least it's a face cam, at least we can see each other. But I'll be working on this to make it better. We'll do some more of that. I plan to install the iFly 7.3 Max, so I think we're going to do a flight with that next time. That'll be good. But there's something weird with the, it's either the PC-24 or that perfect wind combo at Aspen, but that was strange. Yeah, like mega crosswind or whatever the hell it was. Thank you all so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate Thrustmaster for sponsoring the stream with the TCA Boeing yoke and all the rest of it. DOF Reality for the H6 that we used. It's been a blast. Y'all have a great night. I'm not going to look into rating somebody right now because, yeah, we're just going to roll with this. Roll it to the end. Roll credits. Love you. Have a great night. Bye.